Peace. This is Wise for Wise Words Media, back at y'all for another round. And it's fight week. Fight week for Saul Canelo Alvarez as he returns to his home of Mexico to give the people of Mexico a treat. And it's a homecoming fight against a subpar opponent in John Ryder, who already has 5 defeats. And you know, it's not the stiffest competition available, but this is more of a feel-good fight. This is more of a build the mentality back up type of fight for Canelo. This will be an opportunity for him and his team, for Eddie Hearn to chalk up a victory for him in his hometown, build the fan base back up, because as you can see, it's fight week and it's been dead. There's been like no talks. Nobody even mentioning this fight with Canelo and Ryder, because truthfully speaking, it's not even press worthy. It's not really like, even some of his biggest supporting pages on YouTube and some of them channels haven't even been following this stuff, because even false media hasn't really been following this stuff. And nobody's really talking about it because it's really not noteworthy. Nobody really cares about a John Ryder fight. When you have guys who've been chasing you for almost 10 years now, almost a whole decade. You got guys like Charlo, who was your mandatory opponent, and you dropped the belt in order to not fight him. You got guys like Demetrius Andre, who try to take a page out of Erislandy Lara's book by interrupting you post-fight during an interview. Boo Boo Andre goes further, puts on a shirt that says Canelo won't fight me, shows up at the press conference, calls out Canelo in front of everybody, and Canelo still won't fight Andre. No Benavidez fight. So, you know, there's some fights out there for him that the people actually want to see, and instead he goes the John Ryder route. So after he takes care of Ryder, which should be the most plausible outcome of this fight, he needs to fight Bivol in September, man. And excuse me, he doesn't need to fight Bivol. He should fight Bivol. But if you're not fighting Bivol, you have to fight Andre, Charlo, Benavidez. One of those 3 guys. Because we know you're not touching the Arthur Beterbiev fight. We know that's not happening. That's a name that he can actually get in there with too. But we know that I don't think he wants the Beterbiev fight. So the most plausible that can be made, Charlo, Andre, Benavidez. Take on one of these 3 guys, because as you can see, the steam, the name Canelo is just wearing out. I told y'all earlier, a few months back, I told y'all, watch Canelo mess around and retire soon, because he doesn't want these type of fights anymore. What he's in for is just for paydays. Payday. He wants payday. That's what he wants. I know that. That's all he wants is payday. Obviously, taking on fights like John Ryder and Golovkin when he's 40, like that screams payday. Canelo is 32 years old. You know who Floyd Mayweather fought at 32 years old? Floyd Mayweather fought the number 2 pound for pound ranked fighter in the world. In other words, he was number 2 ranked pound for pound. So in other words, this man was the 2nd best fighter in the world, and that was Juan Manuel Marquez. Floyd Mayweather fought Juan Manuel Marquez at age 32. Meanwhile, Canelo's taking on a John Ryder at 32. Floyd Mayweather fought the 2nd best fighter in the world, because at that time Floyd had retired for about a year and a half, close to 2 years, and Pacquiao took the #1 spot. But the #2 fighter in the world right behind Pacquiao was Juan Manuel Marquez, one of my favorite fighters of all time. He was right there, #2. And Floyd Mayweather, after almost 2 full years of retirement, comes back and fights the #2 guy at age 32. That's what greatness do. That's how it's done. So we'll see, man. Canelo's going to be 33, July or something like that? We'll see if he dares to be great and he takes on a high caliber opponent, somebody that's on the pound for pound list, or a high rated guy in his division, one of the top 5, top 4 guys in his division. We'll see. Because if you're not taking on the Bivol rematch, and you're not taking Benavidez, Andrade, or Charlo, the Canelo stock will continue to drop. I'm Wise for Wise Words Media. Peace.